Hello and welcome to New Swarm. I'm your host Chris from the CHRILLCAST, and today we have one more topic to go over. And I was going to do the extending your Wii U's gamepad's range, but we'll save that for a different day. Will, my co-host, has asked me to cover the Apple is the king of gaming, and then in parentheses profit question mark, which I know only got 6% of the vote, but I think this is interesting in its own right. So I'll agree with Will and we'll cover it. All right. Apple made more profit from games in 2019 than Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft combined. Here we go. Nintendo's buoyant position in the video game market is good news from longtime fan of the Japanese company. But here we go. However, a recent report by the Wall Street Journal puts Nintendo's success into perspective. According to the news outlet, figures released as part of Apple's recent antitrust trial revealed that in 2019 it made more operating profit from games than Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, and Activision Blizzard combined. Now, the total was a whopping $8.5 billion. Apple also said the operating margins discussed during the trial were incorrect and the figure is too high. However, we have to think about it this way. Nintendo and Apple, Microsoft, Sony, they all generate a 30% cut from every sale on their respective store fronts online. So when you factor that in and you think about, okay, so there's like 120 million PS4s. In 2019, there was somewhere around 40 million Xbox Ones and somewhere around 70 million Switches at the time in 2019, maybe 60. Apple sold 196.9 million iPhones in 2020 alone, and iOS tends to last several years. So you're figuring they're selling 200 million iPhones every year. Just think about it. Like, there's an ecosystem at least a billion strong in Apple's case. So the fact that they make more money than all of the other console manufacturers combined makes complete sense, because they have a billion devices on the planet at any given time that all have access to the App Store. Whereas at most, Sony has 100 and something million, Xbox has around 50 million or so, and Nintendo has close to 100 million. So even the three of them combined, you're getting to maybe 300 million. So if Apple sells even half of the number of game apps as those companies do, they're still selling more than all of them. So, and we all know that people that do game on their phones game a lot on their phones. So like if one person games on their phone, they might buy like 6 to, 20 apps, who knows? I mean, with that 30% cut, you don't have to sell them nearly as, you don't have to. The gaming's already on the phone. The phone is a device that offers many things besides gaming. And so if somebody wants to game on their phone, they've already got it. You just open up the App Store, find the game they want, pay for it, in-app purchases, subscription, whatever it is. Easy money. Apple Arcade, $5 a month, gives you access to games. Apple makes, I think, other than what they pay to the licensees, the full revenue from that. And I don't know, I mean, with a billion phones at any given time and a completely successful platform at all times, it's no wonder that the mobile gaming app ecosystem makes and generates a ton of revenue for Apple. And I just don't see a reason why it wouldn't. Now, the Epic Games case makes an interesting point, though, where it says essentially they can circumvent Apple's 30% cut per the ruling on the App Store versus Epic, in regards to allowing them to have their own money purchasable inside the apps. So we'll see how that changes the market, because it will affect things like Microsoft Store, that'll affect the PlayStation Store, it'll affect the Nintendo eShop. If Fortnite can offer their own monetary purchases in the app outside of in-app purchases, that's going to eat into Apple's profit, especially on Fortnite. And Fortnite's a huge seller on iOS. A lot of money is spent on iOS-related Fortnite currency, and Apple generates a boatload of revenue from it. So it'll be interesting to see how they recover from that slight pushback on that lawsuit. Anyway, yeah, a billion devices versus 300 million devices or so. Makes sense that Apple's making more money than all of them combined. And even if you add PC's market share, let's say it's, I don't know, even if they got to 500 million, Apple still doubles that. So keep that in mind. Apple is the king. They make more money than everybody else on their walled garden app store. even in gaming. So we'll have to bow down to our mobile overlords of gaming sometime in the next couple decades. But until then, we can game on our Switches, our Xboxes, and our PlayStations. Anyways, if you like the way we cover the news, you like the way we discuss it, and we like the way we do our poll topics, the Newsworm poll topics, then subscribe, like this video, and comment down below your thoughts. Does it depress you that Apple is making more money than everybody else in gaming combined? Are you happy that mobile gaming is as strong as it is in terms of profits? And what would a mobile game have to do for you in order to get you to play it? So, as always, I'm Chris from the CHRILLCAST, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.